Okay, so this video is intended to show you some of the functionality that Google Calendar possesses. If you're already in your email, you can go to Calendar by just simply typing in calendar.google.com. And usually if you just hit C, it'll automatically pop up, or of course you can select it by coming over here and choosing Calendar. Either way gets you to the same place. So let's just say that tomorrow I want to have an appointment with me and two other folks, and if you're like me, there's not a whole lot more you loathe more than the multiple emails of saying, hey, what time works good for you, and then all the reply all email that comes out. And then, of course, there's ultimately a change, and then there's more email. So if you get trained up on how to do this, you won't have to suffer through that, nor will I. So let's see how we can do this a little more efficiently. Again, tomorrow I'm going to create an event, and I'm going to call it, maybe I need to have an elementary school gradebook meeting with Nicole and Marilee. I'm just going to give it a title, and the very first thing you want to do is choose Edit Event, because if you hit Create, it'll make an all-day event, and then you have to go back in and edit for a specific time, so always choose Edit first. Of course, put it on whatever calendar it is you're working on. I'm just going to put it on my primary work calendar. So I'm going to hit Edit Event, and again, it's not going to be an all-day event, so I'm going to uncheck that, and I don't know what time is best for everybody, so I'm going to choose this tab right here called Find a Time, and under Find a Time, I'm then going to choose the folks I would like to join me, so I'm going to check Nicole, and her calendar pops up. Then I'm going to check Marilee's next, and then there's her calendar, and I can do this for as many people as needed for the meeting. So it looks like tomorrow in the afternoon everybody's pretty much free, so I'm going to select 3 o'clock. Notice the time has changed. I can either change the end time there or kind of drag this thing around. So let's say I want to have a 2-hour meeting. I set it right there, and that's how you choose the time for all of your guests. So what I want to do next is I want to save this, and it'll ask me if I want to send invitations, and I don't really want to send an invitation yet because there's some other stuff I'd like to do to this calendar invite. So I'm going to say don't send, so they will not get a notification by email. I'm going to come back in to this meeting and edit it again. And what I really want to do is say where it's at. And so let's just say we're going to meet at one of our schools here to help them out with their elementary grade books. So you can type in the school name, Stafford Elementary School, let's say. Tab complete didn't work there, so I'll select it. That will add that to the invitation. If you happen to have a GoToMeeting account, you can add a GoToMeeting meeting as well for virtual meetings. But really, the video call that's built into Google Hangout is just as good, if not better, free of charge, and you can have like 15 different attendees all join. So if you need to do a virtual meeting, you would select that here, and it would simply include the Google Hangout information in the calendar event. One thing that I find is always helpful when you have a meeting and is an agenda, right? You need to know what it is you're going to talk about and discuss. So just add the agenda right here, and just look for I have a meeting agenda here for Somali Charities, so let's say that's our agenda. I'll hit select, and now when I send this out to Marilee and Nicole, they'll have the agenda at their fingertips. When we go to have our meeting, we'll just go to our calendar and click that and open up the agenda. We're not digging around for anything. It's all right there at our fingertips. Of course, you can add extra notifications. Sometimes I like to get a little more notice than the 10 minutes, oh no, don't miss your meeting. So maybe I want to have 1 hour before to make sure that I'm prepared for the meeting. I'll add that notification. So those are some of the big things, and notice when I hit save right here, it will send updates to the guests. I'm going to send them this right here. They'll probably wonder what it is, but I'll explain it to them later. I'm going to hit send, and now they'll all get notified of that meeting that I've just created for them. And then let's just say for some reason that we need to make a change. Nicole tells me, hey Andy, I can't work till 5 that day. I've got to teach class that night, so let's change it to 4 o'clock. I can make that change right here. Or if I needed to change the location or update the agenda, of course the agenda is a Google Doc, so it can be updated at any time without changing the calendar appointment at all, but maybe I need to add another attachment. Any change that I make, I can do that, and then when I hit save, it'll ask me if I'd like to send these updates to the guests. And sometimes if it's not important enough for them to be made aware of immediately, like maybe I add another attachment, I might not send an update, but if I want to be sure that they see that in their email, I'll hit send, and they'll get an update from me saying, hey, this meeting's been updated. So now, of course, I'm going to go ahead and delete that, and then go tell them sorry for bugging them, and that's it. So that's how you use some of the functionality that's built right in, and I'm going to update the guests, of course, when I delete this. That's how you do some of the scheduling of appointments with staff without having to do a whole bunch of emails back and forth, add an agenda, and determine the location and add some extra information for Google Calendar. Hope this was helpful.